Hello, hello. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, episode 236. We're going to talk about some delivery robots that kind of got a little squirrely in the crosswalk, and then this DoorDash driver gets hit by a drunk customer, and that was it's a short video, but it's kind of bullshit. So
yes,
thank you guys so much for joining us. Appreciate you very much. How's it going tonight, Larry?
Yeah, doing well. We were just talking about what a small world it is.
Yeah. My daughter is about 15 minutes from Larry right now at the Buc-ee's in Kentucky.
Yeah, right on the interstate there over in Smiths Grove. So yeah, small world, but yeah, doing well. Rainy kind of week here. Snow about an hour north of us. So been kind of a dreary kind of week, but still
we're talking about snow again. I feel like every podcast I'm like always, because it's been almost every Thursday that we've gotten these storms, and like during every intro I'm like, we're hoping for a snow day tomorrow.
I know it. Every time I talk to you, like, it's probably going to be out tomorrow, probably going to be off.
Well, that last time we were out, that was day 3, and then maybe I didn't tell anybody, but we ended up having that Thursday off too. So 2 weeks ago we had 4 days off.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so we're definitely over the limit. The government or the state can decide to forgive those days, but we will be going extra days if they don't at this point. So
okay.
Which is fine with me. I don't care. I get paid. So our contract works. The first 6 snow days we only get half pay.
Yeah.
But anything over that we get full pay, and then if we have to go work again later, we get paid for that full day too. So it's almost like double time.
Double dipping. Look at you.
There we go. So go to gigeconomyshow.com if you want any information about the show at all, newsletter, recent episodes. That's where you want to go for that. We have a Patreon. We'd love for you to support us. You can go to patreon.com/the Gig Econ Podcast. It's the Gig Econ because it only gives me a certain amount of characters. I hate it. It's Gig Econ, like in podcast. So whatever. 2 tiers on there, a $5 tier and a $10 tier. Each of them both come with a 7-day free trial, so you can try it out. We usually, for the $10 tier, you get an extra podcast a month. You get ad-free episodes, and you get, what else do you get? You get a t-shirt on your 3rd month at the $10 tier. So you get plenty of, you basically get it free for 3 months because I get you a t-shirt too. So
exactly.
We would really love the support. I know Faith is thinking about it really hard right now if she wants to support us after the message today. And I gave her shit, and she didn't give me shit back. So we'll see about that. Thank you for our current supporters: Samson, Bud, Omar, Steve, Delivery Cats, Frank, Tom, Jim, Miguel, Linda, and Jerry. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. Jerry, the newest one that just got his t-shirt. Larry, before I go to Larry, I want to apologize for y'all that listen to the audio podcast. So somehow I exported the episode like I always do 236 times, the same fucking software. It cut Larry's audio out. So Faith was like, hey, I can't hear Larry. I'm like, what? So of course I went in there. Can't hear you.
Very one-sided podcast.
Yeah. And so just dead air. Like it did nothing there. So like my music wasn't there. None of anything that we play, like videos, is on that channel. It was just gone. So I went in and looked at the raw file or the edited file. It was there. So re-export and upload. So if it's all fucked up for you, just delete it and go in and re-download it. It should be able to refresh for you. So you can get the best part of the podcast, according to John.
that was Faith.
No, but he said it too. Our joke is like, it didn't matter if you or Jesper.
Yeah. That was that started way before I came on here.
Yeah, for sure. And if you want to hear us talk shit like we do, Larry, where can they go?
Yeah, you can go to our Telegram group. We use Telegram. It's a messaging app. You can send text-based messages. You can also do voice or video messages. So the video messages are fun sometimes, but make sure you're parked, not driving down the interstate at 90 miles an hour. But the voice messages you can do when you're driving a little bit.
You can lock it in.
You can lock it in.
Lock it in, and you can put your 10 and 2.
yeah, say your message. And so it's just a way to stay in touch with gig workers all over the country. We talk about any new gigs that are up coming up. We talk about what's hot right now, or tips and tricks, or things to avoid, and we get to know each other, and that's how we become friends. And we made a lot of good people that work in the gig economy.
Yes, we do, and we're hanging out with them in June.
In June.
So hi Bubba Sue, hi Rideshare Rick. Looks like he's into his third week of exiting the economy to be a courier and a messenger. I'm curious what messenger is. Like, do you deliver telegrams? What is that? I know what a messenger is back in the Pony Express days, but anyways, thank you guys for tuning in the show. Also, I just wanted to mention, I'm going to drop it in the chat here. I'd love for you to sign up for our newsletter, trying to grow that a little bit. So I'm going to pop that in the chat. Go ahead and give that a follow. It's not spammy. It's all good information. So I'm not selling it or anything like that. Larry, the stories from the road. Tell me about your.
So
he before he goes into it, he yelled at me on Friday morning that I made him go out and something terrible happened.
That's right. Pressure me into going. I hadn't been out on a Thursday, I don't think, since New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'd done a few times I'd been out after work. But I don't think I'd done a Thursday night, just because I had just some different things coming up and something I was studying for. So yeah, went out on Thursday night. It wasn't terribly busy, but it wasn't, it wasn't dead either. It was just kind of medium. So not a bad night. And then about 1:30 in the morning, I pick up this girl at a frat house, and where I'm parked at, she came from like behind me, behind this tree. So I never really saw her too well. So I didn't see how drunk she was. And she got in the car, and I was excited because it said it was going to be a 55-minute trip.
Oh, so, nice.
Yeah. So I thought I was going down to Tennessee, and she gets in, it says Gallatin, Tennessee. And here's what I'm guessing happened. That's where I think that's where she probably lives. That's her house. Somebody either, because she was too drunk to do it, but I'm sure somebody wanted to get her an Uber home and took her phone and just punched home on the Uber app. And so it was going to send her to Gallatin.
Oh, so you think she lives there?
Yes, and goes to Western. Yeah, she goes to Western, but I'm sure she lives in Gallatin. So luckily she didn't pass out, and we didn't wake up in Gallatin. She's like, "What the hell?" Oh my God! Here?
Can you imagine?
It's happening.
I mean, I'm sure it happens every day.
It does. So anyway, we get in, and we're going down the street, and we're passing these like really big houses right across from where the president of the university lives, and she's like, right here. And so I was like, right here. I pull in, and like, I'm just pulling in the driveway. It's a real long driveway, but as soon as I like slow down to turn in, I hear the back door opening. So I know what's happening. Pull over, and she starts leaning out in the car, starts throwing up all over all of the driveway. And she finally mumbles. She's like, so-and-so street, and I'm like, what? Is that where you need to go? And she's like, yeah. And we're like literally like a block from this street that she tells me about. So I'm like, we're not going to Gallatin. You don't want to go. No. Then she gives me the address again. So we get there. She finishes throwing up, shuts the door, and I didn't think she got any in the car. I thought she did good, And so we pull up to the house. I'm like, it's just a house here, and it's on the far side of the street from me. I'm coming down one way. It's on the far side of the street, and the driveway, there was no driveway there. And so I just stopped there in the road. So she's on the passenger side. So she slides across the seat to get out on the other side of the car, gets out, gets into the grass of the yard, falls down. I mean, gets back up, makes it almost to the porch, falls down again. I mean, she was trash. I was like, I thought I was going to have to get out. I was getting ready to get out and help her. And so, if somebody's that drunk, I'm always going to sit there and make sure they get in okay.
Right.
So I sat there, and then after about 30 seconds, she starts walking around the side of the house. So I had to back my car up so I could see her. Yeah. She walks like side. There's a wooden fence back there. She's like just laid against the fence just there. I'm like,
just get in the freaking
house. Okay. And as she got out of my car and walked away, I noticed puke down the side of her dress. So I'm like, oh. So take my flashlight, look in the back seat. She smeared it across the back seat of my car.
Oh, so you think when she was sliding out, she
yes, she was just smearing it. And then it was also like down in the where the seatbelt comes out of the floor, the cross one.
That's you don't want it.
No.
That and down
Yeah.
the window crack are the
Yeah.
worst spots.
Yeah, and a little bit down in the floorboard and stuff. And I don't know what she'd had. I think it must have been like chicken or something because it was like so stringy. You try to clean it up and it just smeared.
Bro, censor.
Trigger warning.
Jeez,
That
Louise.
literally all the time. It's only been like the third or fourth time I've had to clean it up in my car because normally they use the puke bag. But
Yeah.
I thought I was going to lose it. I started like gagging when I was cleaning it up. I had to stop for a little while.
God, I would have put a mask on, like put a little Vicks under there.
Yeah. And so turned it in the right away. I was done, went home and cleaned my car up that night. And this is the first time they've ever told me, oh, that's that's fine. But we have to, send us your cleaning receipt whenever you're done. I've never gotten that before. I heard lots of people did it.
Yeah.
So Monday morning I sent them the invoice from
the cleaning company.
From the cleaning company.
Yeah. It looked very legit.
Didn't it though?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the actual company where I get my car washes at.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I just took their logo, put it on.
Just in case they
that's got all their info, their phone number, their address, everything.
That's fucking hilarious.
So I got home. I was like, damn it, I knew I shouldn't have come out tonight. But
it
was good to get back in the saddle. And they did send me $150, and it wasn't that much puke. Like I said, it really wasn't that much to clean up. It was just it kind of smeared it across the seat.
Yeah, bro, though, like the smell, that's worth $250.
It really did not smell. I don't know.
You said it was. So you were grossed out by like the debris?
Yeah, just cleaning it up. Yeah,
I make it worse.
Yeah.
Real quick, good story. I mean, not a good story.
But it's
so rideshare Rick. I'm curious. It's delivering packages business to business in some envelopes. So.
Okay.
But what, like, are you working a W-2 for that? Like, and I wonder, I'd just be curious what company it is. I'm sure there's a ton of delivery companies that we don't know that just run on the back end of something, you know what I mean? But it sounds like kind of like Curry a little bit when you're running parts and stuff like that. But nothing really exciting for me, but clearly when Jason does rideshare, he sticks to one for 6 months and then that's all he does. So I'm doing Spark still. Yep. Saturday, it was a grind to get what I wanted. And then I ended up with 200. So I try to do 100 a day on the weekends.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I ended up working in the morning, having to go home for 2 hours because it was so slow and going back out. Ended up making 200 because I wanted to get this bonus. So then I ended up doing 2 more than I wanted to. So I ended up with 200. So that's great. But it was a good 6-7 hour day. Like it was hard. And then the next day I did 3 orders and hit $100.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But on the Saturday, I get this order. It's out to the college. I want to get it done, right? I just want to get my little pitiful bonus of $15 or $18 or what it is.
Right.
And so I get it done. It's and if people are from Grand Rapids, it's from Granville to the college, to GVSU, which is 15 minutes probably. And so it's an express shop. So what I found out, we actually signed up for Walmart for free for 30 days to try it. And if you want an express, even though you have the service, you actually have to pay an additional $10 to get that express order placed.
Okay.
So if you're not making it like curbside where like we schedule it Wednesday for the weekend at 2 to 3, that's free. But if you want it, like you place the order, I want it immediately. It's an extra $10. So this is pertinent to the story.
Okay.
I found that out later, the $10 thing. But so I order it. I'm driving out there. I realize it's on campus, which the directions out there, I mean, I don't know how your campus is, but it's not very, like, the address is for one dorm,
right,
an office, and then it's just huge.
Yeah.
So I go there, caller goes right to voicemail. Voicemail's full. Text her, nothing, because there's no apartment number. Like these apartments where they were at, or these dorms, each of them had like A2, A3, A4,
right,
whatever.
Right.
Nothing on there.
Yeah.
So I call her, nothing. I was like, all right, I'm going to return it. So I go to return it in Walmart, and I says, I can't find the address. Walmart says, are you sure? We've delivered here before. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. I followed the pin where it told me to put it. I put it at A2, took a picture, and fucking left.
There you go.
I mean, what am I supposed to do? Walmart's even asking me to deliver it. Like,
they're shaming you.
Yeah, they're like, remember, the customer doesn't have to be there. We delivered here recently.
Okay.
Like, basically begging me to just drop this fucker right at the pin.
Yeah, well,
and so that's what I did.
Yeah, sometimes that's all you can do. I mean, you can't get a hold of them, and they don't have, like I said, it's just a generic address.
Yeah, and part of that is I had a curbside delivery, so I don't know about the express, but I could text my driver,
right?
And they blow up your phone like Walmart does.
Yeah,
they're leaving Walmart. They're on their way. They're almost here. They're here. So like, there's plenty of notifications. So and she ordered express, meaning she wanted it right away.
Right.
Within like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt bad because I don't want that to happen to me. But in the same token, like, you got to pick up your phone.
Yeah, you got to be watching for that, especially if you don't put in, like the actual building number.
Yeah. Hang on a second. I'm sending a text because my daughter's trying to get a hold of mom. But yeah, it's so frustrating to have that. And regardless if it's Walmart or Uber or whatever, if you need a pin or Amazon, it's just like, if you're Amazon, I give a little flexibility about, but they send notifications too, like your stop 10, your driver's 10.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I get those quite a bit.
Anyways, that was my story. I didn't hear any feedback that it reported missing. Okay. So,
well, then maybe that was the right spot. And
I mean, maybe it was. But anyways, so rideshare, Rick says a W-2 mission one company called Orange Courier. Okay. And then commission of 45%. So interesting. I like delivering. I do. If I could do it like more, I mean, I don't want a job like a W-2 where I got to show up, but if it could be more consistently like Amazon, well, I guess Amazon consistent if you want to take cheap rates. If you want to work for 18 an hour, you know what I mean, which I don't want to do, but
sure.
But anyway, so all right. Well, I'm glad you survived Puke Gate.
Yeah, it was just like welcome back. Welcome back to the college kids. My wife's like, I was going out. She's like, your fans are all gonna be wondering where you've been. You got to get back out there. And yeah, sure enough, like third ride in, these girls get in. They're like, Larry,
of course,
want to take a picture?
Oh my gosh. You got to do like a TikTok or something. Like I keep wanting to create more of a, like ours is like just our clips and stuff like that. But I don't know if I'm that creative enough. Like I think about a bus one, like how cool would that be? Because no one really knows what happens in the school bus world.
Sure.
I mean, if you think about it, like, do you know, like the pre-trip, the shenanigans you got to go through, like, and it sounds basic, but like there's a lot of bullshit that goes on.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
But you got to be careful, right? Because you work for the district, you can't get kids in the video, it's a whole thing. So
well, maybe next time I'll ask them if they want to do a TikTok instead of a picture or along with a picture.
Yeah, something.
But I'm not going to give them the phone because remember I tried that one time.
No, don't give them the phone.
Yeah, because the girl that I tried this like 3 years ago, and she's like, oh, she works as a social media coordinator for such and such company. She'll do it all. So we took a video. And then she, does her thing for about 30 seconds, then hands it back and they get out. And so I play it and they've got a song playing in the background that has the N-word about 20 times.
Well, yeah, she's a social media expert, but she's also hammered.
Yeah. I'm like, I can't publish this.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Can't do that.
Yeah.
Can't do that. But yeah, maybe I'll try to talk them into doing a TikTok.
You got to have a bit though. You got to have a bit like Lyrics with Linda.
Yeah.
You got to have something, whether it's like,
I've had a couple of them, 2 of them one night that did videos. I did it on my Instagram, though, not TikTok. They were doing they just yelled "living like Larry" or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't remember what it was.
Well, you
got to have them.
Well, I was
something.
saying like you could do trivia, like you could have a question already or something like trivia with lifting with Larry, and then you
I
do it.
will. We can have him play the octopus tablet.
Yeah, but you'll need multiple cameras for that, and that's too
Yeah.
much fucking work. All right, gig economy in the news. This customer doesn't want a photo taken, so we'll watch the videos. I realized I didn't order the videos, so hopefully this is the right one, and then we'll talk about it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You guys aren't supposed to take a picture of my property. I've already called it in. It's on the account. No pictures on my property. No.
Okay, don't order next time.
I order what I want. Don't tell me what to do on my property.
I don't know if there's any more. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I think that was
That's
it.
that's my bad. That's my thing on my show. Everything I say, I never watched the whole thing, and I was like, shit, I probably should have watched the whole thing. My ADD is like, okay, that's good enough for the show.
Squirrel.
Save it.
Yep.
So interesting enough, like, what is the rules on that? It sounded like she said Walmart, but it didn't. I mean, it could have been a Walmart delivery, but I don't know. I thought she said something about Walmart.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounded like she had maybe told Walmart or something like that she didn't want a picture. Hey, Seth.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I mean, who knows what reasons people have for not wanting their picture taken. But yeah, I agree with Rick. If you take a picture from the road.
But the problem is you're supposed to get
right.
the delivery on there. I mean,
yeah, and that's not going to happen.
I fucking take it. I don't care. Even if they said no, I'd take it with her in it. I want some proof that, and even if it's her, that's proof enough for me. The company's going to be like, well, clearly they were out there grabbing the box.
Yeah. I don't understand what your reasoning would be. That's how they do proof of delivery. Why are you going to order stuff if you don't want them to take a picture?
Well, even UPS has gone to that.
Yeah.
UPS is taking pictures now.
Yeah.
Their new diodes or whatever. Not so in I don't know what year I did it, 2018 or 2019. That they were still the old school ones, but
yeah.
Now they're taking pictures. Everyone's doing it, which I think is good. I get if she doesn't want pictures taken, like I understand that, but like you're gonna have to pick it up then.
Yeah, because the pictures come in handy in different ways. I know a lot of times around here it seems like it comes in handy when people deliver stuff the wrong place, and people will post in our Facebook, our neighborhood Facebook group. Hey, this is this is the picture that came back. I was supposed to get something delivered. Is this your porch? Do you have my stuff?
Yeah, and I bet
you can identify it.
Yeah, I don't. A lot of times you don't see the results, but I bet most of it gets found.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with Seth. I do what I want. I'll take the picture. I do it on the DL. I act like if they're out there, I'll just kind of take it. But she seems like a Karen. So speaking of Karens, have you ever got in the algorithm of people that do the recording on the sidewalks and just because sidewalks are public streets, right? Like they're at a store.
Oh yeah. I have seen those. Yeah.
My God, nothing infuriates other people with those people recorded. They're literally doing nothing.
Yeah.
People get so worried. I didn't give you my permission to record me.
Yeah. You're out in the middle on a public street. Yeah, you don't have a lot to say about it.
I mean, I actually hate that people do that recording just to cause trouble. But
they're just stirring shit up. I mean, think of how many cameras they're getting filmed by every day.
Yeah,
everywhere that you go, there's cameras and stuff. So yeah, but I haven't seen a bunch of those. I've probably seen half a dozen, of them. And yeah, people are just. People get they just
irate.
Freaks them out. They get so pissed off because somebody's just filming people walking by.
I do get it because everyone knows they're on camera, but it's not in your face. But if someone's like recording in your face with like this beautiful camera or whatever, it does feel weird because it's like you're gonna have that story. Like, are you gonna go beat off to it later? Like,
because
you know what I mean?
Yeah, the other cameras are there and they're just recording everybody for security stuff. But this guy's, some random guy filming people walking down the sidewalk. That's obviously not for security.
No.
And so it makes you wonder, why is he doing this?
Just to be a dick. I
Yeah.
mean, it does feel weird. I sympathize with them, but I wouldn't freak out. I'd just be like, okay, bro.
Yeah,
Like, I'd just
whatever.
walk
You know,
away,
have
you know
fun
what
with
I mean?
that. What?
Yeah. Um, so this next video, go ahead, Larry.
Yeah, so this next video is shows one of the little delivery robots trying to make it across the street in time without avoid being crushed.
You're not going to make it in time. You're not going to make it. Don't even do it. You're not going to make it in time. There's no way you're making it. You better put it in high gear. 8, look at him trying to get the 7. Oh, hit him! 4, 3, 2, 1, and...
Oh, so barely made it in time. Yeah, made it in time. I thought that one car was going to get him though, making the left turn there.
Well,
so,
interesting enough, did you hear when the guy said you better go fast? And it did.
It did. It took off, man. It put the pedal down.
Somebody driving those?
I don't know. I don't know if somebody's driving it or if it has some kind of intelligence, but it did. It took off as soon as he said that.
Yeah, and it may have been.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, it may have been a coincidence, but I'm like, I know we've talked about these before, and I can't quite remember what the outcome of like is somebody drive them, or is it like it's got to be someone's has to be like monitoring like Waymo, right? Because if something happens, the customer food doesn't get there. Like, what if it tips over? They got to send somebody out to frickin'
You would think they've got to have something. It's got to have cameras and stuff on there. But as far I don't know if somebody's sitting there actually. I wouldn't think they would just be sitting there driving it, but I don't know. Maybe
it's tough with stuff in crosswalks. I mean, I feel like when I drive bus, I'm driving the same route every time, and I do look at those crosswalks because I know kids go through there. But like, if I was just bebopping down in the city and I made that turn, I don't know if I mean, it is bright lights, but like you could hit that easily.
Oh yeah, no doubt, and I'm sure they do get hit, on occasion.
Yeah, well. That one didn't. That guy was like, "Oh, you didn't make it." I was like, "Yeah, it did."
He made it. What are you talking about? He made it. Yeah. He didn't get hit. He's still rolling. He made it.
So this is a unique kind of like, I don't know. It doesn't really have to do. I mean, it has to do with gig work, but basically, Missouri and I'm sure it happens in every other state are really struggling with gig workers getting like state benefits, like food stamps or WIC or whatever it is. So I never really thought about this, so it is kind of interesting. What's happening is for gig workers, apparently they can't just run their information like they do for like if you work at McDonald's. So I don't know why. I don't understand why they wouldn't be able to do that. You know what I mean? Because traditionally governments match income data by using applicant provided information like name, birthday, address, or social security number, which appeared with the IRS, credit bureau, or state databases. However, income paid to many gig workers doesn't appear in those databases. So I don't know why it doesn't. Is it because there's no taxes taken out of it?
Probably. I didn't read through this story.
It doesn't really say. It just says basically this is a company that have called Steady IQ, which actually is backed by Shaquille O'Neal. That's probably why it got the clicks, because he backed the company.
Shaq.
But Shaq he's got his hand in everything, which I love.
He does. Yeah.
So the Steady IQ's technology forms a direct connection to income sources, which allow the state to get access to income data directly from income. So it's probably how it connects somehow to like DoorDash or Uber Eats or something. I mean, that's really what it needs, is like a third party to, connect,
aggregate that data. Yeah.
Well, because the problem is, I thought about this as I was reading it, and I had to read it a couple times because it was a little heady, but I was like, well, why don't they use their W-2s? Well, my guess is that stuff is not what am I trying to say? They probably review it more than once a year. You know what I mean? So like what you made in 2024 maybe a lot more than what you make right now. So I think the Lord have never been on state benefits, so I don't know exactly how it works, but it's just interesting that this is another problem that the gig economy has created, even though it's been great. It's also created a couple hiccups,
Oh,
for
no
those.
doubt. Yeah, a lot of new situations that we've never been in. Um, trying to do stuff like this and find out information that it's not going into the same place where a W-2 information would go.
Right. This totally random thought, or not a random thought, but I got in a fight with somebody on Reddit. Like, well, I'm fighting on the internet.
Keyboard warrior.
So somebody posted like, "Hey, we're supposed to get snow today. Please consider," or what did he say? He's a bitter gig worker because he said, "You're not. If don't tell me to go faster. If you do, I'm going to immediately cancel your order." Like he was like he's been abused and spit out, saying that he doesn't like people that, which I don't either. But then I commented like, well, if the tip's $20 or more, I'm probably going to take a little abuse.
Yeah.
He's like, nope, I won't do it. And everyone else was like, they upvoted. But then, of course, someone said, sounds like you need to get a better job and this isn't for you or something like that. I'm like, are you job shaming me? Like, Reddit is completely anonymous as far as like, it's not like Facebook where you can like know the person's name and shit.
Right.
But so I was just kind of trolling them. I'm like, oh, are you job shaming? I was like, that's fine, but you're getting cold food. You can stand on your little high horse and say that tipping culture is out of control, which I agree. It is. Yeah. I mean, I tip the ones that have been traditional,
Sure.
I don't tip, the barista or whatever. Now, if they were getting $2.52 an hour, I would.
Yeah, that's
a
different story.
They're getting a regular wage, and so I think that's fine.
Yeah,
but yeah, I thought that was funny, and then it was like a bunch of comments like about the tipping and shit like that. I'm just and every time my response was like, okay, you can stand on that rock and raise your hand, but I'm not delivering your $2.50 DoorDash order.
Yeah,
you can get bent.
No doubt. Oh man, speaking of tipping, places we tip and everything. 2 weeks ago, Friday night, our date night, a lot of times we'll just order food and bring it home. We just like being at home.
Yeah, we do that
comfortable.
Too.
And I was talking to my wife, and so we were talking about some different things. I wasn't paying attention, and we ordered from this place.
Call them out.
Smoky Bones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
this is a chain.
They added, it was takeout. Takeout. They added they included a 20. I figured it out. It was like 23% tip.
No.
And and it went through right before I didn't notice it till after, afterwards. And
what
and
the
food, food at Smoky Bones usually really good.
Yeah,
it was not. I don't know if they've gone downhill here because it was a Friday night. All the restaurants here are always packed on Friday nights. You're usually gonna have to wait. We walk in to get our food. There's like 6, 8, 10 people in the restaurant, maybe.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know what's happening with them. Yeah. My ribs were like dry, not very good. Like the brisket my wife got, they didn't give her like as much as they usually do. It was kind of dry. Yeah. And I was like, but 23% for a takeout order.
So let me ask you, did you order it online?
Yes.
Okay. And so when you were ordering it, it didn't even give you a checkbox to say, hey, this you have to, or nothing, or you just weren't paying attention, which is, it's totally normal. It happens.
It's probably a little of both. Yeah. I know me and my wife were talking about something. And so I know I wasn't paying as much attention as I should.
Yeah.
But like ordered from Sonny's Barbecue, like the following week. And it defaults to no tip, and then you pick what you want.
Right. Which I never do. I'll be honest.
Right. I don't either. I don't pick anything, but it shouldn't default to
no, that is insane.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we got 2 meals. It was $70.
Oh my God. Like I would call and bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, complain.
We just won't go.
Well, that's what they did. And that's probably what's been happening.
Yeah.
When's the last time you gone to Smoky Bones?
Yeah. Been a while.
Right? So over time they've been, and I would get that receipt and I'd be like, I'm never going there again.
Yeah.
23%.
Yeah. Yeah. I figured it out. It didn't, it just had the amount. I forget what it was, but I figured out, our total and what it was.
What did it say? Did it have a line item for tip?
Yeah. Yep.
That's
what it said.
hilarious. Fuck them.
Yep, no doubt.
All right, moving on. Larry talking about, I don't know what this article is.
Okay, so this is an article about the mayor of Boston, Massachusetts, Michelle Wu, filed an ordinance with the Boston City Council. She wants to require food delivery apps like DoorDash and Uber Eats and Grubhub to get a permit to operate if they want to operate in the city of Boston. And this permit would require them to have liability insurance coverage for all drivers using their platform, including those who use motorcycles, mopeds, electric scooters, or any other form of transportation. Said that the reason she's introducing it is she's trying to address a growing concern of public safety, an alarming increase in unlawful and dangerous action of delivery drivers on Boston city streets. I don't know why it would be any different than Amazon drivers or UPS drivers or anything like that, but it does not apply to them. Said that they wrote a letter to CEOs of DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub back in June of 24, calling for more accountability in response to growing resident complaints around public safety on Boston streets. Apparently, they did not get any satisfaction from any of these companies, and so they're trying to pass this ordinance. Of course, the companies, DoorDash spokesman said the ordinance would miss the mark in trying to create safer streets and instead lead to price hikes for families trying to order food. We're committed to playing our part in helping cities like Boston thrive while promoting safety in their busiest neighborhoods, the DoorDash statement said. So, yeah, I don't know why they're singling out food delivery drivers.
Well, they're the most ratchet. Let's be honest. I mean, I'm one of them, so I'm not judging anybody, but like, I feel like I don't know, it just feels like DoorDash drivers are ratchet. Like they're just speeding around and being crazy. So now, I was texting my daughter at the first part of this, but so is this a permit for the gig company, or
yes,
is it each driver needs?
No, the gig companies. The gig companies would have to get the permit, and they would also have to show that anyone who's working on their platform has liability insurance coverage, whether they're delivering using a car, a motorcycle, moped, electric scooter.
Okay,
whatever.
so that's interesting because you don't have to upload your insurance to DoorDash.
Yeah, well, yeah, this one would require. Right. No, I understand you, but yeah, under this ordinance, they would have to.
So that's probably why it doesn't apply to Amazon, all that, because you have to do that for Amazon,
right,
and all that shit. So and Uber.
So yeah, maybe that's the difference. So it said residents made 105 reports about increased traffic, congestion, illegal double parking, reckless and unsafe delivery drivers on scooters, mopeds, motorbikes, and e-bikes in 2024. And they said in 2024, at least 475 mopeds were towed, impounded, or seized.
Oh, so this is just about mopeds then.
Well, any of them, mopeds, scooters, cars, any method that they use to deliver. Here we don't see that any of those other delivery methods, but I guess it's pretty common in some of the big cities.
I scanned through this article and I just got mad that the government was getting involved. I didn't read the whole thing, but I think I'm on board with this. I think having liability insurance, is a very good thing, and proving that you have it, because because then the city's not on the hook for all these freaking crazy people. So Bubba Sue says they have a scooter problem in Boston. They're driving on the sidewalks, causing issues with pedestrians.
Yeah, the scooters cause problems wherever they're at. It's not as bad in Nashville. They really cracked down on it. They got rid of all of them for a while, and then they let 3 companies back in, maybe
that were going to work with the city, probably,
right? Because they had like 6.
Oh wow,
6 or 7 different ones. It was nuts. But it's like any other place. Nashville's a party town. You get scooters and drunk people and woohoo girls, and not a good combination.
Well, this is a little bit of a different issue due to the fact that these
Yes.
guys are delivering food.
Right. For sure.
I mean, that's still a problem. And honestly, it's probably more of a problem because most of those scooters that they're delivering on probably go 50 miles an hour. You know what I mean? At least the other ones, the Lime ones, don't go as fast. I mean, they're still dangerous. I 100% agree with you.
Yes.
But no, I'm for this because I would be really pissed if I was walking, I got hit by this guy in a scooter delivery.
Yeah.
I go to DoorDash. They're like, sorry, bro.
Yeah.
And then I find this guy and he's got no insurance.
Yeah. Yeah. I would be too. So yeah, I don't have a huge problem with it at all either. You know, there's nothing wrong with if you're going to be driving, you need to have insurance.
Yeah. I'm
at least liability insurance.
We get raked over the coals. We pay a lot of money in Michigan for insurance, but I'm happy that I have it. I think it's important.
No doubt.
Because you never know, you know, you turn the corner and something happens. So
yep.
I'm kind of on board for this. All right, here's the DoorDash driver refusing to give a customer his alcohol because he seemed drunk. It's kind of hard to hear. I might play it again. I can't remember how long it is. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. Okay, 17 seconds. So we'll play this and chat about it.
You look like you've been drinking, so yeah.
What you mean?
That's all I can tell you. Whoa.
What kind of that shit?
All right, I'm calling you.
Yeah, you do that.
Just letting you know you're not allowed to do that.
What's wrong with you?
Okay, so I turned it up. So basically in the video, she says, you know, you look like you've been drinking and I'm not going to give it to you. And he rips it out of her arm.
Yeah.
And she says she's going to call the police. So
yeah,
I want to hear your opinion on this, and then I'll give mine.
I mean, maybe he had been drinking. He didn't look like he was falling down drunk or you know, overly drunk. I'm not fighting over that one. I mean, not at all. He wants it here. You know, I'm already here. I'm going to give it to him unless he looked like he was in danger of, you know, alcohol poisoning or something. Yeah, I would deliver it to him.
Yeah, that's not me to judge. I mean, it would have to be really bad to the point where he's not going to catch me anyways because he's going to fall down the stairs.
Like if the girl that threw it in my car answered the door, I would not have given her. I would not deliver it to her.
Yeah,
no way, no how. But that guy, he seemed like he
wasn't even swaying.
No, not at all.
The weird part is why not though? Like he's at home, he's not driving.
Yeah.
I guess I don't understand the rule. I
don't understand the rule either. And I think she's just like a probably very by the book rule follower.
Which I'm totally fine with that. But like, let's use a little discretion.
Yeah.
You know, the guy, do you want him going out? You know, if he didn't get that booze, he probably would have drove and got it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Congratulate him for not trying.
Exactly. Hey, if I'm delivering Uber Eats and I deliver a dozen Dunkin' Donuts and a big overweight guy opens the door, I'm still delivering to him.
Yeah. I mean, I know, I understand like they have to do that in bars. That's the law.
Yeah.
And clearly it's the law for us too. I mean, I'm not saying break the law, but like, let's be adults.
Yeah, like I said, if he was having trouble standing up and falling over or holding himself up and was obviously very, very drunk, that's a different story. But yeah, he to me he didn't seem that drunk.
Honestly, I probably would have put the booze on the ground and said peace, as long as I got his ID. I got to do the ID.
Yeah, you got to do the ID.
If he's refusing ID, I'm sorry, we're gonna have a problem. I'm gonna walk away.
Right. That's a different story.
Yeah, that's gonna come back on you as a driver.
Yep.
So if he already scanned it, and then give him the fucking booze.
Yeah, just enjoy. Stay at home. Don't be out driving.
Yeah, the guy's had a hard day. He just wants his fucking Colt 45 or whatever it was. Just fucking give it to him.
Yeah, that's not. I would not be arguing over that one at all.
No, exactly.
Just deliver it and go on.
Larry, Lyft is using AI for customer service, but it says Anthropop. I don't know. Is that some AI that I'm supposed to know? Anthropic. Is there nerds that have heard of it?
Yeah, it's probably the company that does a lot of stuff with customer service, I would imagine. But I've heard the Claude AI is one of the more popular ones. It's
Oh,
out
really?
there.
I've never heard
Yeah.
of it.
Well, it deals a lot with customer service or hospitality places,
Okay.
hotels,
Gotcha.
car rentals, things like that. So yeah, and what Lyft is, they've announced a new partnership to use Claude AI assistant to handle customer service requests. So it's already being used to handle service inquiries from drivers. Says it's reducing the average resolution time for requests by 87%. An example that Lyft provided, driver asked the chatbot for what are the requirements for driving Lyft in their area, and the chatbot responds with a list of 5 requirements for that area. It says, it's still to be seen how well the new AI powered service requests will go over. Lyft drivers and Uber drivers have long complained about the impersonal nature of the company's, stance toward drivers, including the lack of human customer service support. Using an AI chatbot to handle even more service requests could exacerbate these sentiments among drivers. Lyft says the new chatbot will only handle the most common support questions, and they'll redirect the customers to human specialists when more detailed assistance is required. It says right now, the company is also using generative AI to boost productivity among its engineers. As much as 1 in every 4 lines of code being produced is being done by AI.
Oh, no kidding.
I thought, hey, you'd be surprised that's
1 in 4?
Yeah, that's very common at a lot of places already.
Really?
Yes, it's going up. But hey, this is me. Let me talk to that chat bot all day long than somebody that I can't understand. I would talk to the chat bot.
I agree if it's like good, because
it has to be good. Sure, it has to be good. If it's just regurgitating stuff that doesn't make any sense, like you ask a question and it pulls up links to stuff that has nothing to do with it, then that's not going to work.
That's what I was going to say. Not 1 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 that I like. Let's say I'm contacting the internet company. They're horse shit.
Right.
And I'm always like, agent person. It never answers my question. And once in a blue moon, I'm like, oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if this is better and more intuitive, then I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and over the next year or two, I think we should see a big increase in these chatbots capabilities.
And I am a big chatter. I agree. I'd rather chat while I'm doing other work, trying to figure out my problem. Even with a human, I would rather do that, because you're right. Unfortunately, a lot of it is sent overseas, and it's really hard. I mean, it's hard enough in person if someone's got a really thick accent or English as their second language. But on the phone, it is.
And
hard.
Nothing against
no, absolutely not.
It just creates a problem trying to communicate and trying to understand what they're asking me to give them, to get my problem fixed. Because usually I'm not, we're not calling them until something's going wrong, and we're trying to get it fixed so we can get back on the road and start making money again.
Exactly.
So we're generally already a little stressed and in a rush and want to get things done, and that kind of push you over the edge sometimes.
I really hate that the countries like outsource that, because it's twofold, right? They get cheaper stuff, and they get a lot of people that just give up and not bitching. You know what I mean? Like they're not having to do the work because people just give up because they can't fucking understand them.
Yeah.
Bubba Sue with the Roosters. Oh yeah. Because they're all working from home.
Yeah.
Which is a great gig for them. I'm happy for them that they're making money, and I hope they're paid what they should be in their country. I mean, it would be I wouldn't mind job. I think it would get a little boring, but if I could work from home and do like IT tech, I think I would be okay with that. But yeah, the Roosters in the back fucking cracks me up. Hey, I'd rather hear the Roosters than when there's like 20 other people talking.
Oh yeah, that drives me crazy. You're in a big call center. You hear all the other. Like, dude, can y'all get some noise canceling?
Yeah, I know,
or something.
It's so annoying. I'm just so like, bad. I would rather get my tooth pulled.
Yeah, I do not like that at all.
All right, moving on. This is I gave this to myself, and actually, I thought I meant to give this to Larry, but I fucked up in the order, so I ended up giving it to myself. I saw that. I was like, I cannot believe he gave this to himself. What is going on? Yeah. So I I fucking died. So it's someone wrote this, and it looks like a delivery bag, but they were like, what does a DoorDash driver and a gynecologist have in common? We can both smell it, but not eat it. Have a great night.
Yeah, that's it's a sealed McDonald's bag. So
yeah. What's really weird to me is look at the writing at the top, and then the punchline. It's different.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Doesn't it seem, or maybe he could put, it was more firm, more firm at the top, and so he could press like how he wanted to, but it looks like someone else wrote it. But I was like,
I mean, it's similar. So it may have just been the way he was writing. She was writing,
Yeah. I died with that. That cracks me up.
Yeah, I laughed when I found that one.
I was like, only see, DoorDash drivers, we're ratchet. We're so ratchet. Bubba Sue says, wow. All right. This next one, what is it? Amazon.
Let's see. Oh, this is this is the Amazon van that I guess a type of
Sorry. Go ahead.
A type of delivery vehicle that they use, I guess, in some of the bigger cities. But
check out the new Amazon little trucks, bro. How's that? Pedal with the battery?
Yeah.
So you don't need a license? Whoa, check this out. Here, that has no license. It's just a vehicle. Tell me what you think. There in New York City.
First of all, that guy looks like an idiot with a helmet on. Like, so he has to wear it because it's considered a bike?
Who knows? I mean, he may just wear it because he's in that little vehicle and he's in New York City and they drive like maniacs.
Oh, I guarantee that's required.
Yeah.
I guarantee he ain't wearing that for fun. Like, I wouldn't wear it.
And I looked through the comments and I never did see if it's only pedal or if it does have some kind of like electric, if it's like an e-bike,
Yeah,
I couldn't find that out.
It's probably an e-bike. It's probably an assist where it has.
That's what I would think.
Yeah, because
There's no way you're pedaling that around with packages in it.
Well, I was thinking maybe he has all envelops in there, which are super light. Like you get a thumb drive in there and an envelope, and it weighs absolutely nothing.
Right.
But knowing Amazon, he's probably got mini fridges in there.
Yeah, I bet it's e-bike capability.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I kind of appreciate the technology on it, because I mean, I can't imagine having to deliver like a UPS or Amazon truck downtown New York.
No, not one of those big giant vans, because I mean, I've driven in New York a couple of times, and man, that will drive you to drink. Oh my gosh.
I won't do it. If we ever go, I've never been to New York. I'll park in Jersey and take the ferry over and just do rideshare or cabs. Like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's an experience.
By your face says one I don't want to experience.
Oh yeah, it will test you. That's for sure.
Let's do this. Oh, we got time to do both of them.
Yeah.
So this was a article, British Columbia, talking about DoorDashers are really happy with their job. The new wage is not hurting them. Now, granted, this survey was put out by DoorDash, so take it with a grain of salt.
Yes.
So let's see. So the new regulations went into effect with a big change. Before this, went in effect September 3rd of, I'm assuming, last year. Before that, they were paid full minimum wage for their entire shifts, even waiting for the orders to materialize, which that's insane. I don't know of anyone that
has do that.
Yeah. So obviously DoorDash was, and it's probably the other gig companies too, were like, hell, we can't do that. We can't afford it.
Yeah.
So they changed it to a new higher special minimum wage of $20.88. So before it was $17.40, or that's British Columbia's minimum wage is $17.40. They raised it to $20.88, and they get 45 cents per kilometer or on ride hailing and 35 cents for delivery. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, $20.88 an hour plus the mileage. And they also get covered with compensation benefits, work safe. Corporate partners with the brand also forbidden from withholding or deducting tips. So I don't know. Of course, Doordash is pissed. They're including a new regulatory response fee ranging from 99 cents to $2.99 for all delivery orders. But they said something about DoorDash because this is a business article that they're priced at an all-time high of $196 a share. That's pretty high.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good. That I gotta say, that's probably the highest gig company for stock wise.
Not
I
bad.
could be wrong. Well, we know Lyft is like because I have some Lyft and stash. You know,
I do too. Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
lost like every time I look at it, it's like negative 60%.
Yeah.
Or some bullshit like that. So.
not doing well.
When they did the survey though too, they said nearly all Dashers, 95% strongly or someone agreed that it's important to protect their ability to choose when and where they want to work, which we agree with.
Yes, 100%.
I mean, I would still do it if it was like that, and it could be coming here. I mean, it's we're gonna talk to Steve on Monday the 24th. We're gonna do a special live stream with Steve. He's pretty involved in the new Colorado law and stuff. Like, I literally know nothing about it.
He will explain it for us.
Well, yeah, and I try not to get too deep in that stuff, just due to the fact, like, A, I don't know a lot about it. It's
right.
And if it's really technical and Steve knows about it, then we're gonna bring him on. Apparently, they're using some of his podcasts as evidence. Like, it's gonna be played in court.
Yeah. Oh, wouldn't.
So he's pretty excited about that because he has like pretty big people on that are like lawmakers and shit like that. So yeah, look at that on the 24th of February at 7 p.m. same time. It's a Monday, but I'm gonna probably the next couple of days get it up early so people can put it on their schedule to watch. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Just a real quick note. The union and down in Tennessee that keeps texting me trying to get me to their meetings. Yeah, they've been bombarding me like the last 2 weeks. Apparently they've got some senator or something to introduce a bill down there. They're trying to ban out of state drivers from coming.
Get her on. Tell her we want her on the podcast.
I have called them and every time I get voicemail and I leave messages like, please, we would love to just hear what you're about. But they won't. They just text me. They just text me, try to get me to come to the meetings. I'm like, why would I want to come to your meetings? You're trying to ban me. I guess they think I live in Tennessee.
Well, yeah, we're trying to like hear your side of the story. And
exactly. And I wish they would. I wish they would. If I can ever make it to one of the meetings, maybe I can.
Are you texting her with her personal stuff? You should try to like email out of the business email.
Yeah, and I've called the number they call me on and everything. Yeah.
That's strange. Well, if anyone knows if they would respond, because like I want to talk about it. I'm not anti any of it. I want to hear it. I'm just curious.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. And then the last story I got, the last video is this is just kind of showing what delivery drivers used to be back in the good old days, pre-COVID.
Well, not even pre-COVID, pre-gig.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like when I grew up.
This is like in the 80s.
80s.
And then what delivery drivers pretty much are like now. So
right.
Hello, Braxton's, my favorite family. We got a large pie here with your name on it. $14.39. 15's fine. That's fine. I can just put it down here. Okay, no problem. Is that Dad back there? Hey, Alan. They got you setting the table. Don't work too hard. All right, guys, you take care. Some extra breadsticks in there for you. No, I can't. I got to get back to work. What's going on? It's Jenna. Did Michael break up with her? Oh, man, high school's tough. All right, I'll come in for a slice. Hey, kiddo. Somebody just had a birthday.
That's so
everything
true.
is accurate with that except knocking on the door, because I don't even knock on the door. I take the picture. The app will tell you that I'm here.
I'll usually knock on the door unless there's specific instructions not to.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't, because I don't know. I think it's because I have dogs and I'm triggered. Anytime the doorbell goes off or someone knocks on the door, the dogs are losing their shit. The only time I will really like knock on the door is like I've delivered TVs.
Mhm.
I will knock on the door. If you're home, I want you to bring it in, or anything of like if I'm delivering like groceries in the hood in this
Yeah.
hoodie apartment, I'm just like, I'm just gonna knock on the door. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want your food to get stolen, but for the
For
most
sure.
part, I don't knock. I just assume that you're stalking me on the app.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
uh,
Hey, Jerry.
this is
He says it looks like Lyft is cornering the market here in Bowling Green, not getting any Uber rides.
that's the exact opposite you experience.
Usually, I mean, when I went out Thursday, I did. It was like I wasn't out too long. It was like I don't know, $70, 70% Lyft, 30% Uber. But
Oh,
it just flips. It's random. It's
oh,
always been random for me here. One night I could go out 2 nights in a row. One night it'd be almost all Uber, and next night
okay.
could be almost all Lyft. But well, that's interesting, Jerry. You got any thoughts on what's going on? I will have to get out there again and test that out.
Jerry's get your T-shirt, my friend. I hope you got it. I didn't see it if it got delivered, but hope you got it. All right. Any plans for the weekend? Do any gig work? Or are you going to take it off? I know we talked about the wifey. And it's supposed to rain all weekend.
Friday, of course, is Valentine's Day. It's also our 10-year anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We were going to Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge to go hiking, but it's supposed to rain all weekend, so we kind of canceled that. We'll probably do something, probably spend the day doing something Saturday, maybe run down to Nashville, go to eat somewhere down there, do a little shopping or something, but then celebrate later. So
No gig work.
probably not. Probably not.
All right, we need to get a new co-host. Anyone in the chat want to host that actually does gig work? I'm just kidding. So I'll be out too. You know what I'm gonna do? Plain Jane, gonna bang out my $100 each day and do Walmart Spark. I do have to work for the old people. We're going to a movie on Saturday, so other than that, pretty low key. So thank you guys so much for listening to the show. Again, sorry for the screw up. Don't know what happened. I wish I could say I fucked it up and then I could take the blame, but I literally don't know what happened.
Yeah, just one of those weird occurrences that we'll probably never know what happened.
All right, thank you guys so much, and as always, don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
And we'll see you on the road.